The world of Hunter x Hunter has an extensive and very informative power system. In order for us to understand Nen, we're going to take a look at my favorite Nen users and their Nen abilities. And who better to start off with other than HISOKA, the first person we saw in the series that actually showcased real Nen. And luckily, he is also among the elite users of Nen in the universe. So let's head in. Starting off with HISOKA's Nen type. HISOKA is a transmuter. Transmuters have the ability to change their aura to mimic or replicate special attributes. And from his definition, transmuters are deceitful and also dishonest. They are usually seen as weirdos or tricksters, which, I mean, is one way we could describe HISOKA. But down to his power, HISOKA has a power called Bungee, which just means that his Nen has the ability to take the properties of both rubber and gum, making his Nen both elastic and sticky. He also has another ability called Texture Surprise, which people often forget about. He has the ability to change the texture of an item from one thing to another, and in the show he used it several different ways to deceive people. Looking at these abilities, they may not seem special, but if you combine these abilities with the tactics and the brilliance of HISOKA, they become very formidable weapons to use in your arsenal. And we've seen this time and time again when HISOKA fights. Starting off with his first fight with Castro in Heaven's Arena. When HISOKA is using his Nen abilities, he shrouds his Nen using In. And if you're not using Gyo, you wouldn't be able to see his Nen, which just means you wouldn't know when he attaches his bungee gum on you. And when the bungee gum is attached to you, you can't take it up until he releases it himself. So that puts his opponent in a difficult position because the opponent would have to use Gyo to avoid being attacked by bungee gum. But while using Gyo, it makes your other body parts susceptible to damage. And then with the case of Texture Surprise, an example of how he used Texture Surprise was to cover the wounds on his arm when it was sliced off by Castro, making it appear that he never lost his arm, which bamboozled Castro. So the combination of that and the Texture Surprise and bungee gum led to Castro being easily dealt with without him even being aware of what was going on. Other applications that he used for the Nen was in the fight with Razor. When the ball was coming, he used his Nen as kind of a barrier to slow down the force of the ball just because of the properties of rubber and gum. The elasticity of his Nen allowed him to slow down the head of the ball. So HISOKA could also use his Nen to absorb force of an attack. All in all, HISOKA is a master Nen user with perfect control and execution. As a genius and a master strategist and craftsman, he knows how to use his Nen abilities in a way that would always put him in a much more favorable position in fights, which is why it would make a simple and basic ability like Texture Surprise and bungee gum very formidable, to the point where the likes of Crollo have to be very careful before they attack or fight HISOKA. He's also amongst the people in Hunter x Hunter that have been blessed with sinister Nen, and just his aura in general is very intimidating to anybody that he comes across. But that is a basic summary of HISOKA's Nen and his Nen abilities. Don't forget to comment who you would like us to talk about next. Like the video, subscribe, share with your friends. We'll catch you in the next one. Thumbs out.